Okay, but what is Badwater? Imagine the Great Molasses Flood of 1918 and Dayquil had a baby, and then make that baby radioactive. This stuff is no joke. It'll turn even the most hardworking beaver into a lazy, no-good, soft-toothed communist. If even a single drop of this stuff touches a beaver or gets into the water supply, guess what? Now they're demanding a fancy bed before they'll do any work, and those require a load of science points. Sure, you may tell yourself, oh, I just won't go near those little rivers of bad water, but guess what? Badwater season. Sometimes, instead of a silly little drought, your springs decide it's time to get biblical and run red. That's right, it's time for your reservoirs to spoil, your crops to die, and your beavers to dehydrate because you weren't adequately prepared, were you? Badwater puts the survival in Survival City Builder. But how do you put the survive in Survival City Builder now that Badwater has been put in? The obvious answer, put the Badwater back out. Divert it down a different stream, stick it in a big vat for later, or pump so much water into it that you forget it's there. But just remember, no protection against Badwater is 100% effective, except abstinence. But if you do find your beavers have been hitting the red Kool-Aid a little too hard, don't panic. As long as you have at least one beaver who isn't overdosing on Dayquil, the solution is easy. Just sleep it off. For the farming folktales, that requires investing in an herbalist. They'll grind up the dandelions you have laying around. You've got a stockpile of dandelions laying around, don't you? And after building some open-air boudoirs, they'll have your red water-pilled beavers cured in no time. If you're lucky enough to be playing the tireless Iron Teeth, the process is even easier. Just pump some of that bad water out of the ground, stick it in a centrifuge, smack down a decontamination bed, and take a bath in that green juice to get your beavers strong enough to clock in again. Alternatively, you can always succumb to the AI revolution. Your beavers can't get sick if they don't have an immune system. Okay, but once I've mastered surviving Badwater, what do I do with all of it? I hear you asking. And how do I get rid of these annoying Badwater streams? You shout again, not giving me time to answer the first question. As one would expect, you take the irradiated and deadly liquid, put a beaver to work pumping it out of the water, store it in a large, totally OSHA-compliant vat, and then stick it into a big, definitely airtight spinning contraption. Once the process is complete, you've got what you want, a bucket full of extract. What's extract good for? The primary use, if you're playing the lame, nature-loving folktales, is blowing shit up. Whether you want to make your reservoirs deeper or need your beavers to worship your existence, a little bit of highly flammable radioactive waste is the only way to do it. And if, at the end of the process, you still find yourself storing way too much extract, pour some of it in one of your robots and watch them go. If you're looking to be truly extract maxed, though, you'll need to play the Iron Teeth. As we already covered, bathing in the stuff will cure your beavers of contamination, but that's not the most advanced medical miracle these beavers can produce. Slap a little bit of extract in a breeding pod and bam! Out pops a fully grown beaver. Why wait for a child to mature, being useless to your colony along the way, when you could simply irradiate them in the artificial womb and birth them fully employable into this apocalyptic world? But if you really need to get rid of a Badwater stream, you can always lower a giant fallout shelter door on top of it to stop the flow. Iron Teeth can even leave it open during droughts to get an extra push of water power when other currents have stopped. Shut the valve during temperate weather and rest assured that the Badwater flow is now someone in the future's problem. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you are still here, then please do consider subscribing because there will be more Timberborn content coming. It probably won't be like this because this video has been in the works since before the Badwater update even was released. So it clearly takes way too much time. But there will be more coming. It will be a slightly different format. So yeah, consider sticking around, and if you don't want to, then have a nice life.